This is a fun story here. Plane diverted after passengers served spoiled food on a Delta flight. Let's be honest, Delta is cratering as an airline. It's one of the worst. I don't know what has happened to Delta. When I was growing up, people respected Delta. All of our American carriers are not great. However, the Polaris, First Class United internationally is fine. American is fine, But Delta, I don't know what's going on at Delta, but Delta seems to be, now we've all shit on United, but because we're all so accustomed to shitting on United, we're not surprised. And United actually, because we expect nothing, it actually does okay half the time. Delta served rotted food. They served moldy meals to people. Were these people in first or economy?
They haven't said. It was dozens of meals were handed out mold.
Okay. Show the video of this gentleman. Now they had to divert the plane because of this, because people got sick?
Yeah, at least 12 people got sick.
People are getting sick because of mold. Where was the flight going?
Detroit to Amsterdam.
Wow, so this is an international flight. Mm-hmm. You're leaving Detroit, and you're going to Amsterdam. How many people are doing that? But isn't that an interesting route? So okay. You're leaving Detroit, you're going to Amsterdam. And you're given this disgusting, moldy food from Delta, and then everybody starts getting sick. Does anyone notice? Nobody notices the mold. The people are handing this out. The flight attendants, no one's noticing.
Yeah, listen to this. We'll watch. Okay. This is one of these people. It's
amazing.
Insane.
Spoiled supper. Newly obtained images appear to show the chicken a la mold that somehow got onto Delta Flight 136. After some passengers were served bad food, the flight from Detroit to Amsterdam made an emergency landing in New York Wednesday morning.
Howard, can you confirm the status of medical personnel at our gate?
They should be standing by.
It wasn't good.
These passengers were on board.
There was these two black spots that almost looked like burnt cheese. And I thought it was just something different. And
see, by the way, this is why these are the same people who are shocked that Biden is old. Do you understand what I mean? This is what we have here. This is what we have. These are the people that are walking around this country. I looked at this black mold and I thought it was something different. That's what they said. So these are the people we're expecting to realize that the president is, it's weekend at Bernie's. So these people only knew they were eating mold after they had started vomiting. This is a perfect allegory for this country. There's not a better story, by the way, for this country than people on a Delta flight from Detroit to Amsterdam, a pointless route that we don't even know why it exists. But let's give people the benefit in the doubt. There are births, there are deaths, there are things that people need to do. There are companies, there are businesses. There is family, there is whatever. People love Amsterdam. I get it. Weed, drugs. All right, maybe it's making more sense. The point is, they're going to Amsterdam. It's so funny going to Amsterdam. Everybody's on drugs. You're like, it seems fun here, and then landing in Detroit and going, well, we didn't handle it as well, did we? They're all there, and they're all eating toxic black mold and sludge just because they believe in Delta. Imagine believing in Delta. Imagine thinking that Delta had your best interests at heart, or that Delta wouldn't lie to you, or that they wouldn't let their food rot and then serve it to you immediately, or that, by the way, some of these flight attendants might have seen it when, fuck these people. I hope they get sick, and I hope they die. But that's a great point. This is America. People are sitting there, like, well, the president was confused, and he was wandering around, couldn't really find the podium. We just thought it was something different. There was a black mold over the president's face, and his eyes seemed like they were just fixed in his skull by a puppet maker. His skin was wrapped so tightly around his face. We just thought it was something different. Is there any more of this guy? I love him and his wife.
Yeah, I think so right here.
And I guess that turned out to be the black mold.
One girl said that she did eat the chicken and she didn't finish it because it tasted really, really sour.
Delta 136, can you confirm that none of the pilots ate any of the food?
The pilots were fine, but at least 12 passengers were evaluated by paramedics at JFK Airport. None were taken to the hospital. But for the second day in a row, Delta has pulled all meals except a pasta dish from the economy cabin on 75 international flights as a precaution. The airline says it is investigating and sincerely apologizes to the passengers, who are all offered compensation and rebooked on later flights.
The problem with everything now is that you're either a QAnon nut, where you go, everybody's a clone, nothing's real, and nothing exists, or you're one of these people who will eat mold because the flight attendant at Delta gave it to you. There needs to exist a third group of people who are smart enough to realize that there are certain things that you should accept as part of reality. And there are other things that you should question. When the president is making no sense, he's babbling, he seems like a confused older man sitting in a McDonald's. Yes, that is something that you immediately question. When someone hands you a meal on a Delta flight that is, to the eye, black mold, you see it, you don't go, oh, maybe it's something different. You know, there seems to be, the only hope is that third group of people. The people that will go down the rabbit hole into full schizophrenia aren't helpful, because those are people that will be like, is this even a plane? That we don't need. But we also don't need people that blindly accept authority. And that's part of the problem. Blindly accept authority. Those people in the Hamptons, they know it's bullshit. They're just seeing if this guy can pull it off. They don't really care if he's competent or not. They know he's not running the country. They've done well enough in the country to know how it's run. They've done well enough to know how it's run. They might like the optics of having a president. I'm sure they do. In the same way that they like the optics of being the CEO of their company. But they've done well enough and made enough money too. They don't freak out. They're going to bed tonight and they're sleeping relatively easily because they know that this is all not resting on Biden's shoulders. They know there's an apparatus. In the same way that they know if they die tomorrow, their company doesn't fall into a pit. They know that there might be a power struggle. There's a board. There's other things. It's an institution, a lot of them, right? They know that the United States of America is not one old guy, but they know it's bad optics. They know it looks bad. They know they can't have it. It's a lot of the people that I worry about who, because of their own lack of intelligence, they're fully shocked by everything. I don't think you can be surprised by everything. I think it's actually a bad way to live. I can't believe that. The president is like, he's like old, and this girl who said she was going to hawk to it, spit on the dick. She's making her famous now. It's surprising. I don't think you can be surprised by it. I don't. When that girl, Danielle Bergoli, on Dr. Phil, threatened to fight the audience member, told her mother, fuck you and everything, became Bhad Bhabie, a big rapper. She's pretty decent. And now she started an OnlyFans, and she's like rich. What's her net worth? What is the girl from Dr. Phil's net worth? Just to make everybody listening right now have a stroke.
25.
The girl who told her mother on Dr. Phil, fuck you. And I think her mother brought her to Dr. Phil because she was a junkie and a criminal.
Oh, she made 52 last year.
Yeah, she made $52 million on OnlyFans. Oh my God. The country is a circus. I mean, there's nothing to be done. This was a girl, remember we all grew up with Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake and Phil Donahue and this fun 90s trash TV and Maury and Jerry Springer. And they would bring kids like this on quite frequently, and they would say they have a problem. They're not listening to me. They're staying out late. They're drinking, drugging, having sex. They're not respecting the rules of my house. And all of these kids would be like, yo, fuck you, Mom. I do what I want. This is no different. This girl did all of that. And now she's a bona fide multi-millionaire celebrity. Because she's a good rapper, decent, for what she is. Not great. She's not Remy Ma or something. People think I don't know about rap. I know everything about rap. Everything about it. But I have 2 Bentleys. What do you think? I don't know about rap? And the leather in them is insane. It's insane. These people in the Hamptons, they all drive these old Land Rover, these old things, like these little military vehicles. None of these people have ever served in a war. Their little war is going down the street in this like little armored old Range Rover. Because, Range Rovers were British military vehicles. They're in this armored little Range Rover thing that looks like something that you would drop the Jews off at the camp. But instead, the Jews are now in them. And they're driving these armored things to the beach. Come on. But I have this Persian white Bentley with this red, white leather seats. It's so silly looking. And people look at me like, ugh, gross, because I'm a Persian Jew. That's the difference. I live like a Beverly Hills Persian Jew with a big furry puss. I got a big furry pussy. No, you'll never get it. It's cricket ball leather. You'll never be able to pull it up. Oh, there it is. Go up.
Oh, right here, yeah.
There it is. No, but it's red. I don't have the white seats.
You have more trim than that, yeah.
No, mine is so Persian, so over the top. So Persian Jew. When I get in my car, immediately to start my car, I have to say Hamas embeds himself with civilians for it to even start. It won't even start unless I say that. I have to look at who's ever in my car, or even if I'm alone, I have to go, Hamas embeds itself with the civilian population. What do you want us to do? And then the car turns on. My point is that I look like a disgusting slug out there, and that's fine. I'm not LARPing as a military person, these people.